Hey guys, welcome back to another video in the r/MaliciousCompliance subreddit. Today I have two wonderfully malicious compliance stories for you, both involving OPs giving their terrible bosses a healthy dose of karma. Very satisfying. But without further ado, let's jump into the stories, shall we? Work a double and get written up. Or, in high school, a few friends and myself worked at a local chain restaurant. We were fully able to run the day shift, but had never really broken down the equipment and closed up for the evening. One particular night, a few of the night shift had called in sick. We were asked to pull a double and close the restaurant, which we did. Essentially worked from 10 a.m. until after midnight, myself and my three friends and a manager. We were really tired, but felt that we had done the right thing and helped out the company. The next day, the four of us come in to work another day shift. The day manager pulls us into her office, one by one, and informs us that she needs to write us up because we hadn't properly cleaned and filtered the fry grease. Regardless of our leaning in for a double, having never closed or been trained on closing procedures, and having been given permission by the night manager to leave, meaning all closing work had been completed. After a quick chat with my friends, it was aligned that I was going to push back on the write-up, and if the day manager insisted on writing us up, we would quit. I informed the manager that we were collectively not going to sign the write-up slips. Her alternative threat was that we would be fired, to which I informed her that if she insisted on writing us up for helping out, pulling a double, not being trained, and having been released by the night manager, then we would quit. Collectively, immediately. She responded with, "If you don't sign the write-up, then you will be fired." A staring contest followed. I eventually break with an, "Okay, guess we're fired then." We turned in our hats, quit symbolically, and left. It was really amazing. My friend quit mid-burger prep. My other friend simply walked off the cash register in the middle of taking an order. We clocked out and walked out the back, leaving only the day manager in the restaurant. Customers in line, customers at the drive-thru. Later that same day, we decided to return to our place of prior employment to have dinner. The night shift must have still been sick, as the entire restaurant was staffed with managers from nearby restaurants, including our day manager, who was now pulling her own double, and the night manager that had released us the prior evening. There was nothing better than eating our burgers and watching the management staff fail at every station and knowing that their pride, lack of rational flexibility, and threats had resulted in one of the most righteous meals we ever ate together. Needless to say, we were all employed at the next chain restaurant down the street in a matter of days. It's been nearly 30 years, and I remember that standoff, her ultimatum, and our walkout like it was last week. This is such a great story. Good for OP and friends for standing up for themselves like that, and then coming back to have their celebratory in-your-face meal. Those management staff all deserved that. And I hate management like this. I just want to tell them all to get off their high horses and get over yourselves. A lot of people let awful management like this push them around, and I totally understand that some people have to just sit back and take it because of difficult circumstances, but nonetheless, I'm glad that OP and the coworkers took their justified stand. To top it off, I would have maliciously yelled, "Don't forget to filter that fry grease tonight," as I sauntered out the door. Was forced to do a task, got my entire chain of command fired. I've been serving in a certain military branch for 5 years, and I'm nearing the end of my contract, so the give-a-care is completely gone. I'm in charge of inventory of specific pieces of equipment, smaller pieces that are used by many people at my job. From time to time, these pieces disappear. Most of the time, that just means things are misplaced, but we just got out of a certain period where we had many hired contractors at our job that tend to take things. Now every once in a while we conduct an inventory of these pieces of equipment for accountability reasons. When we lose things, it looks very bad on my work, more specifically, bad on my bosses. So I prepared the inventory and was startled by the amount of missing pieces. I did everything I needed to do and presented the inventory to my boss. He didn't believe we had so many pieces missing and asked for me to inventory them again. So I did, got the same number, and put the inventory in his inbox. A few months go by and I get the same thing. There can't be that many. Do another one. So I'm very compliant and do it again and again and again. This gets dragged on over a year, and I'm starting to notice something. My boss is about to leave soon, and he is deliberately pushing this off to the next guy to cover himself. So last week I was sleeping, since I work nights, and I'm woken up. My boss tells me I have to do a specific survey with my coworkers that will get sent up to the head honcho. This survey allows the small guy to have a voice directly to the top. I tell him that I have the night watch, but he doesn't care and demands I go and do this survey. Fine. Before the survey starts, our boss tells us we need to be completely honest, and all these surveys are anonymous. Rad! I wrote down what had been happening with the inventory and directed where they could find the documentation of the done inventories. Fast forward to yesterday. All my bosses are fired, and now I'm reporting to new people who are now fixing the issues with the inventory. This is fantastic. If the boss was leaving soon, why did he care if he would get in trouble for missing inventory? To push it off for a year is insane. Seems like the boss man might have had something to do with the missing inventory, or maybe he was just really scared of getting his pee-pee slapped. It's good it worked out this way though, because setting the new guy up just so that he could cover himself is a real dick move. Regardless though, I'm glad the head honchos took the small guy's survey seriously and got some seemingly better new people. Vengeance on bosses is just the best, isn't it? But anyways, that is all from me today. I hope you enjoyed those 2 malicious compliance stories. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe. I truly appreciate when you do, and I will see you in the next Reddit stories. Bye!